Yeah, so the quarter was kind of in line. They pretty much told us where the quarter was coming in, both on the overall financials as well as the segments themselves. The guide was up for debate, so we didn't know how long the PC weakness, both in terms of the market as well as the inventory correction that's going on, was going to continue. And I think more importantly, there's a lot of uncertainty about what they were going to say about data center, and particularly in the wake of Intel's report, where Intel had called for the market to decline in Q4. This is probably why the stock is up now. The guide itself is quite weak, but it seems likely that it's isolated to PCs and probably continuing on that inventory flush. The company suggests that both data center as well as embedded are actually going to grow sequentially as well as year over year, but importantly sequentially in Q4. I think that's what people want. They want to know that any weakness that's going on is strictly PC related, because we all know that market's not great right now. Data center seems to be holding in. That's probably why the stock's up.
And does that, relative relief in data center from what AMD said, is it specific to this company, or is that something that we can extrapolate?
Well, I mean, clearly it's specific to AMD versus Intel. I mean, Intel's data center business, I mean, they actually beat the quarter because of PCs, surprisingly. Their data center results were horrendous, and they sort of suggested they were going to get worse into Q4. They suggested that the market, the TAM, was going to decline sequentially into Q4. And presumably Intel is still losing share in Q4. So their data center business trajectory was not set up very well. AMD's looks quite a bit better. That is the more important thing. Not to discount PCs. PCs are important. It's large, and it's got a fairly sizable haircut that AMD's taking right now. But the reason people are owning the stock is for data center, and at least for now, for AMD looks decent, and it looks quite a bit better than what's going on with Intel.
I mean, the stock obviously had a very rough run, but it's just a massive ramp off that mid-2000 level. It came right down to it, or in the high 50s. Now it's bounced from here. Valuation has obviously moderated quite a bit, if you can believe the earnings. How do you expect this to trade into next year?
Yeah, so let's see where the earnings settle out next year. We're right now around $4, and they're guiding below us in Q4. But it's probably hard to get numbers next year below maybe like mid-3s even, and the stock's at like maybe 17 times on a number like that. It's pretty attractive as long as you still believe in that longer-term growth story, which I think is still there. The issues that AMD's having right now, they're not structural, right? They're still taking share. Their product portfolio is really, really good. The issues that the markets that they're in, particularly PCs, the market sucks right now. That won't be true forever, hopefully. And the reason the markets that the people own the stock for, at least AMD's position within those markets, seems to be good.
Yeah, and what about things like on the gaming side, whether for AMD or elsewhere, gaming purely speaking, or gaming as it relates to crypto?
Yeah, so crypto hopefully is done, and by the way, hopefully we never ever have to worry about a crypto cycle ever again. Yeah. Now for AMD, the GPUs, which I think is what you're talking about, are actually a very small part of their revenue. It's less than 10% of their revenue anyways. It doesn't really matter that much. Most of their gaming segment is actually game consoles. Demand for those are still pretty strong. They've been very strong this year. The company has been suggesting that consoles can continue to grow next year. We'll see if they change their tune on that at all in this call. But in terms of like the crypto worries and the graphics cards, that's a small piece of the revenue. Now, they actually have an event. They've got new products in that market coming out. I think it's on November 3rd. They're going to be announcing new products. They actually have a data center event on November 10th that they're going to do. So we've got new product announcements coming across multiple segments for them.
All right. New product announcements. And, of course, as you said, the call. We'll listen for additional color. Stacy, thanks very much.